my name is Karla and today we're going to talk about right triangles and the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem essential questions for today are: how is the Pythagorean theorem used to identify side lengths? And when can the Pythagorean theorem be used to solve real-life situations? Now, before we jump into the Pythagorean theorem, there are a couple of things we have to know about the right triangle. The reason I know this is a right triangle is because of this little box or square. This little box serves as an indicator that this angle measures 90 degrees. Now let's learn something about the sides of a right triangle. Notice that the two sides that create the 90-degree angle form the letter L for legs. These are the legs of the right triangle. We will call this leg A and this side leg B, or vice versa, but we will keep this setup for now. A right triangle has one side that is longer than the other two. The longest side of a right triangle can always be found across the 90-degree angle. This side is the longest side of my right triangle. This is called the hypotenuse. And the length of the hypotenuse is usually labeled C. Okay, we're ready to learn the Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem says that in all right triangles, the sum of the areas of the two squares on the legs A and B equals the area of the square on the hypotenuse C. I know what you're thinking right now. What does this all mean? It's simple, really. It means that if we add a square to leg A and a square to leg B, then the sum of the area of these two squares is equal to the area of the square on the hypotenuse C. This is a square. Each side must measure A. The area of a square is equal to length times width. So the area here is A square. Similarly, this is a square, so each side must measure B. The area of this square is B square. Finally, this square has sides of C, which make the area C square. And with this, we can now see the Pythagorean equation A square plus B square equals to C square. Or in other words, leg square plus leg square equals to hypotenuse square. Okay, we are ready to do some math. Our first example for today is this triangle. As you can see, this is a right triangle because of the little box or the little square that symbolizes a 90-degree angle. The legs form the letter L, and side A or leg A measures 4 units. Side B or leg B measures 3 units. As we know, Pythagorean theorem states that the sum of the square of the two legs of a right triangle will add up to the side of the square of the hypotenuse or our side C. 4 squared is 16. If we're going to count the area, that's going to be 4 times 4, which is 16. It clearly shows that we have 16 units inside A. 3 squared is 9, and side B is also a square, which means length times width is 3 times 3 equals to 9. If we add these two sides together, it will be equal to the square of the longest side. Now let's see if that is correct. This is the square of my side A. Adding the square of side B. Which clearly shows 9 plus 16 is 25, so we can say that the square of the longest side of the right triangle is 25. This shows that the hypotenuse measures 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second example is a right triangle with legs that measures 12 centimeters and 16 centimeters. Find the measurement of the longest side. Your A is equal to 12 and your B is equal to 16. Using the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. Our A is 12, so that will be 12 squared. Our B is 16, that will be B squared. 12 squared is 144 plus 16 squared is 256 equals to C squared. 144 plus 256 will give us 400. In order for us to find the measurement of the longest side, which is C, we have to take the square root of both sides. The square root of 400 is 20. Now we can say that the measurement of the longest side of this right triangle is 20 centimeters. Now we have a real-life application. A ladder leans against a second-story window of a house. If the ladder is 25 meters long and the base of the ladder is 7 meters away from the house, how high is the window? Given this problem, we have to draw a diagram that shows the sides of a right triangle. Then we need to label the sides. The ladder is 25 meters long and the distance from the house is 7 meters long. Now we use the Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. Now we know that our A measures 7 and our C is 25. We are looking for our B. 7 squared plus B squared equals to 25 squared. 7 squared is the same as 7 times 7, or 49, plus B squared, which is the height of the window, equals to 25 squared, which is 25 times 25, equals to 625. In order to solve for the height of the window, we need to subtract 49 on both sides of the equation. 625 take away 49 will give us 576. Then we need to get the square root of both sides. The square root of B squared is equal to B, and the square root of 576 is equal to 24. Now we can say that the height of the window is 24 meters long. I hope you guys enjoy our lesson for today. Don't forget about right triangles and the Pythagorean theorem. Until next time!